Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing very well. The biggest and most common question I get asked in DCS by new guys is how do I rearm and refuel my aircraft? And I completely understand. I remember when I first started DCS, when I first found it, I could not work out for the life of me how to rearm with missiles, how to refuel, and I almost gave up. In fact I did, but then someone told me and I came back. So, first thing to understand is there are two types of aircraft in DCS world. Low fidelity, high fidelity. Low fidelity are otherwise known as flaming cliffs. The high fidelity are non-flaming cliffs. The easiest way to tell the difference is the price. When you buy a low fidelity, it's about somewhere between $5 and maybe up to $20 for an aircraft. High fidelity, it's going to be $30 up to whatever the maximum is, $70, $80, okay? So we're going to start with low fidelity because that's different. So an F-15C is a low fidelity aircraft, a flaming cliffs aircraft. In we go. First thing, in all flaming cliffs or low fidelity aircraft to rearm, and I have no idea why this is just how it is, you must have your engine off and spooled down and your canopy up. So to do that, it's going to be different in different planes, but always escape, adjust controls. This is how to find out how to do these things. So I've got engine stop here, and you can see it will be bound to right, alt and end. And let's see if I can find engine stop right. That is right control and end. So you'll have to go and look up this with the aeroplane that you've got to find out what the button is. So let's shut those engines down. Next, we're going to open the canopy. Well, how do you do that? That there, open, close canopy, left control and C. It may be different for you, so go and check it out. Canopy up. Now we're going to wait for the engines to spool down, find the RPM counter and just wait. Spool down to 0. You may now rearm your aircraft and refuel. Note you must be at a friendly base. So if you've joined blue, like I have here, I think I have, you must have a blue base. To find out if you're in a blue base, press the F10 key like this. Click on the base that you're at here, and you can see coalition blue. Therefore, we can use it. If it said neutral or red or anything else, you can't use it. And that's something that used to get me as well. Next, we need to do the command to do the refueling or the rearming. Again, your lifeline is always adjust controls. Everything can be found here. Admittedly, DCS World does a terrible job of explaining to newbies how to do all this stuff. So your lifeline is always here. This is where I found everything you need to know, and you just need to apply logic to it. So there are two ways. We can A, contact the ground crew and ask them to refuel and rearm our plane, or there is a shortcut bind to it. So we'll do the ground crew first. So what we're going to search for here, we've got our F-15C on the left here. We're going to go search, apply some logic. Let's try COMM for communications menu. There it is, communications menu. That is the key that you've got bound to it. Always come in and check because different keyboards will have different bindings. So I'm going to go out and press that key there. Ping, you can see we've got a communications menu up here. We can do all kinds of cool stuff, but what we want is ground crew. Press the F8 button or click ground crew. Rearm, refuel. And all you do now is right click on whatever you want. I want an AMRAAM B and a bloody Sidewinder, whatever. And I want my fuel to be defueled slightly. So here, I want my gun ammo there. I want my chaff and flare there, and so on. Once you're here, you can figure out exactly what you want, and I want my livery to be changed to Cutlass. Okay, listen once you've done this to the response.
Request refueling.
That's me talking.
Request rearming.
Copy.
And you can hear if he comes back and says copy or something similar, then that's the ground crew guy saying he's understood and he's going to go and do it. So you can hear that funny noise. That is us defueling. Speeding it up. Put some missiles on it. And that's just ready to go. He would have said refueling, rearming complete. Don't take off or start your engines until he said that refueling or rearming is complete. I missed it there because I sped up. That's it. The other way of doing it is just controls, rearm and refueling window. It's just a shortcut to get there, and for my computer it's that there. Okay, so remember, that's how you do it. And again, if I wanted to find that, I could have gone to search and typed in rearming. Okay, that's a Flaming Cliffs 3. That's as hard as it gets. Now let's go to a higher fidelity model. Okay, I'm in my F-18 now, and it's even easier. I do not need to shut the engine down. I do not need to open the canopy. There may be some high fidelity planes where you have to adjust the radio to be able to talk to the ground crew. It's on a plane by plane basis, but this is a typical one that most of you have gone out and bought. So all I'm going to do now is exactly the same as before. Either one we can use. I've gone to rearm and refueling here. So we just press that. I want an AIM 120B. Listen for the response.
Request rearming.
Copy.
He said copy, so he's going to do it. There's our AMRAAM on the side there. Again, he would have said that rearm is complete. I was outside, so I didn't hear it, and that's me good. I can go off. Remember that the high fidelity planes need to be done on a plane by plane basis. These are exact replicas of the real aircraft. So here's an example. If we go to this one here, we're going to choose an Mi-8 helicopter, where there are things you need to do to be able to talk to the ground crew. So what I can see here is that if I go to the menu here and try and rearm with one of these, I will not get a response. Listen.
Request rearming.
No response, and that is because there is a prerequisite in this particular type of high fidelity airframe. We need to go up here. In this case, I need to change it to the intercom system off of the radio. I will now do it again.
Request rearming. Copy.
And there, it's done it. It's going to go off and refuel, rearm, and then tell me that it's rearm. That's it. So all I've got to tell you, if you want to know what the case-by-case basis for each high-fidelity model is, I've got all the tutorials you will ever need for each of these high-fidelity aircraft in the YouTube channel that you can go and find. And that's it. It's as simple as that. Thank you very much, and see you later.